Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's play Zelda Classics Randomizer Modern. I'm Nitro6003, and in this part, we have all the basic items. So basically, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a clean sweep of the overworld and get all the secrets in the overworld. So let's first finish off and get a red potion. And that's why I don't have that jar that I got in the last part, because I have a potion. So I'm going to get all the expansions in both light and dark worlds. So basically, I'm going to do it in some kind of an orderly fashion here. And hopefully we'll have them, and we should have them all by the end of the video. And the reason I'm doing it now is because, well, number one, I want to get it done so I don't have to do it later. And number two, it gives me more money to spend if I want to buy super bombs. So I might as well get it done now. Again, it's just something I need to do in order to progress anyway. So, and I know pretty much where everything is, so not a problem there. Now, one of the things you're going to notice is that where the levels are all marked. So those should be pretty easy to remember. So I'm gonna go kind of in a zigzag fashion, kind of, you know, go through as many, you know, go up and down, and just continue on this path, path of destruction first. Now, one of the good things about the Lens of Truth is that if there's anything on a screen, it should tell you. So you dive right there, you get double magic. So just continuing on this outside path here. And I might as well get another enemy bait. So there's again how the lens is used. It doesn't tell you what to use, but it does tell you that there's something there, which is nice. Alright, so I got that side. Let me just get an enemy bait before I forget and end up in a level where I need it. I don't need super bombs right now. I will later, so I'll get it later. And I at least have one right now, so that's really all I need. Alright, so heading on up. Again, we'll be coming back to these things later. And that's one of the levels, which we'll be getting to later. That's the compass. So before going further, we want to head in down, because again, we can't get necessarily back as easily from the Lost Woods, so we just want to head down first. And I got that one already, so I'll leave one enemy on this screen so I remember that. And I got that already. And I'm kind of just filling in some of these screens here. And just a simple shop that you probably will never have to use. So I know I got the... Oops. I know I got on that screen here. And obviously this is level 8. And I got the... and here's another one of the levels here. So now I'll head backwards a little bit. And let's continue on. Obviously that's 2-7. So continuing on this path here. And these here have small amounts of money on them. So So you can pick them up if you want. They're not really worth a lot. You know what? Let me go on this lower path because there's an item on this lower path. This is a door repair charge, so don't necessarily need to open that. But there's an item right here. Might as well get this. And if you do it in a in some kind of pattern, you really shouldn't have any trouble. And that's one of the levels that we've already done. And I think this screen just has more money on it. But I might show all the door repair charges at some point. So yeah, that's 10 rupees. I think that's always been 10 rupees. So I didn't get this. Good, another magic jar. Starting to get some magic jars now. And I believe this screen has information on it. Yeah, I believe it's just information. And that tells you about the secret that I already got. Yeah, I know I didn't get that one. So that's level 5. Might as well leave one enemy on that screen. There's a level there. This I know I got. Fairy fountain there. And now we can kind of head in this direction towards some of the other things that we can do. Yeah, so the really, what the hard part of this is just remembering everything you've done. So I got this already. Did I get this one here? Yes, I did. So just continuing on this path here. And I know I beat that level, and I know I got that already. And I think this is just another shop of some kind. I think it's a potion shop. There's a level on this screen. And I believe there's a level on this screen too. Yeah, that's one of the level 9s. We're not going to be getting back to that for a long time. And I believe this is a door repair charge there. That's a cool shot that I got that guy in. Another gem expansion. I didn't necessarily mean to do that, but oh well. Obviously, this is where level 9 is. Always has been, always will be. Won't be getting back to that for quite a while either. And I think this is just a potion shop. Yep. Just a potion shop. You know what? I have a quick way of getting one enemy on that screen. Let me just enter and exit level 9 really fast, because that will cause the enemies to respawn. Yep, there we go. I only need one enemy on that screen, so I don't necessarily have to worry. Yeah, I know these guys all respawned. Not a big deal. So that's really the top half. And I know I didn't get the item on this side. Because yes, there's also an item on this side too. Yeah, I got the Zora with that one. That's nice. Yeah, I'm probably never gonna use the gems either. And yes, this is still what level 828 is. Get back to that later. Maybe I'll do all the level 8s together or something. Alright, so now I want to go underneath because there's a bunch of items in this direction also. Like here. Another magic jar. And here is another level. Get back to that later too. I mean, we could do it now, but I'm on an exploration trip now. And it really is just when you want to do it, essentially. Doesn't necessarily have to be in any specific order. You could do it when you're in the area, if you want, when you're beating the levels. And I guess if you were going to do a speed run of this, that's probably the way you'd want to do it, is just get everything in that area at one time. But the thing is that if you don't know where everything is, it's really hard to do that. That's another level there. And here's another item here. That tells you how many, that's the amulet too, that tells you how many items are in every place and how many you've gotten so far. And I believe I got this one. Nope, not yet. There's another magic jar. On the other side is one of the levels, so. And I know there's still more up too, so I'm gonna finish the upward path first. And this screen has a door repair charge on it. And I still don't have a boomerang, do I? Well, I can get rid of him. And I will need bombs here. This is just a shop there. This is one of the other. This is also a level 9. And you can't go into the level 9s, obviously, until you have all 8 Triforce pieces. Not that I think you'd want to, but you really shouldn't. And there's 2-9. And I think there's a door repair charge on that screen. Our container. Starting my second row. And then there's just this lower path to do. And you see the key to leaving one enemy is really helpful. And I believe this is another item over here. Yep. More arrows. And now I can do the lower path. Now that I've gotten all the hard screens out of the way. And yet, I could probably do level 6 one while I'm in the area. But again, I'm just gonna do it in later on. And this is also where one of the level 9s are also. And I'm going to need my whistle here in a sec. So, get that out. There's the 4-way ladder. Probably never going to use that either. Nothing on this screen. This is level 26. It's 26. This is level 3-4. But there is an item on this screen. And more gems. So we'll do that later. And yes, there's another level on this screen also. And there's another level on this screen. This is where the spider is. Come back to that later too. Yeah, the lens will show you all this, by the way. You don't have to guess. And because this is a whistle spot especially, I don't want to spend a heck of a lot of time on that. And that's one of the levels also. That's level 3-3. And another magic jar. So I start my second row of magic jars. Obviously, up is level 7. Let's go down here. Because there's another level here I could show off. This is Gliok. Should be pretty much almost done at this point. Not a lot left. At least not in this overworld. There's a lot in the other one still to go, but not that much here. Should be pretty much done with this side of things shortly. So... oh, there's one thing I missed. So we'll just go around. So level 7 is up there. Fairy fountain up there. And I believe there's a free item on this screen. And this is where the A is, which I already took out. And obviously this is where level 4 is, which we'll be getting to later. Probably in the next part, actually. And just for completion's sake, I think there's just a money-making game on this screen, which I don't necessarily need to worry about. And there is 34 of 34. And in this section of things, we are 5 of 23. So quite a bit less in this overworld. But still, nonetheless, we do it the same way as we did the other one. We go in a pattern. So this way, I don't forget anything. And you see how I was able to get all the items by just going, you know, and doing it in a clear pattern. And I know there's a lot of door repair charges on these screens, so you don't necessarily have to worry about them. And it's nice to not have levels here to worry about right now. And some of the things are already open, such as this, which is one of the levels. And obviously this is level 8. And there's level 7. So coming back this way now, go up first. And I think, yeah, I did go all the way up, so good. I don't have to do that one again. Not that it takes a long time. This really does not take very long. You know, especially once you have all the, you know, you have the power bracelet, you have the whistle and all that other stuff. It really doesn't take that long to do. You know, it's something that should be pretty easy to do for you. And believe it or not, a lot of the secrets are pretty much a mirror image of themselves. So if there's a secret on one side, more than likely there's a secret on the other too. So that's another way for you to kind of have an idea of where everything is. And I'm just going to go up here really quick. That'll bring me back to the light world. So I don't necessarily want to go in there right now. And up we go here, and this is just another, this is a shop we've already been to already, and I have an enemy base, so let's just buy another super bomb just to empty out some of the wallet space. Just for helpfulness there. And there's one of the levels, obviously. Which, as I said before, we'll be getting back to that later. So now we're going to head down. And you can see some of the things are already open, which is helpful. And there is something on this screen now. Yep, another expansion there. You don't want to forget that. Yeah, you don't... This area is not friendly at all to you. So just continuing to head down. And another gem. I think I'm almost done with gems. Can't be that many more left. Can't be that many more left. Might as well do the center. I don't think I'm going to show off the door repair charges. I haven't in almost any of my LPs so far. So I don't think I'm going to start now. But there's one on that screen for sure. Let's see. Oh, another gem. I think that's it. I have it written down somewhere. How many gems there are in the old world. And I just keep mutilating things. Oh, it's so nice to have the silver sword. Alright, so there's an item that way. I might as well go get backward a little bit. Trying to get it all done in one part so I, again, don't forget which ones I got, but my method of leaving one enemy on the screens is really helpful for me. And you may have a different way that you do yours, and you can do that. So there's bombs. So just one more screen here. And this is just money that I don't necessarily need. Alright, so... Alright, we gotta do the top half now. And it's just kind of a little faster to... Did I go up there? Yes, I did. Okay. Alright, so now let's do all of the things on this path. You know, normally I'd be worried about getting hit by the rocks, but not right now. Not with the heart rings I have. So let's go up. I mean, like I said, most of the time, if there's a secret on one side, there's a secret on the other too. Most of the time. Not all the time. This is, I guess, the one exception. One of the few exceptions where there's a level on one side and not on the other. Yeah, they put in the bigger rocks on this side too. There's not that many major items on the Dark World side that you have to worry about. Here's another magic jar. And remember, there's also things in levels too, so keep that in mind. And we'll just leave that alone for now. And that as well. And downward. Yeah, we're not that far away from being done. Yeah. And if this part takes a little longer, so be it. I would like to get as many as I can. So I'm guessing all my bomb expansions, from the way that it looks to me right now, are going to be in levels. I could be wrong, but that's the way it looks to me right now. I am going to have to go back down there anyway, so let me just go up this way and do this side. See, if there's a major item, which is it's not going to show through on this. And I think since the other side was the door repair charge, this is the money secret. See, and that's usually also the case too. If one side has money, the other side usually doesn't. And I'd like to say usually, but again, not always the case. Most levels you can get from both sides. You know, most of the levels you can get from both sides. And I want to go in here really quick, because there's another arrow expansion. It would really help if I had the boomerang, which I don't have right now. Uh-oh. Got hit a little too many times there for my own likings. I don't like being in this area without the red ring, especially with those crazy Lionel 3s. But it's necessary, I suppose. I'm actually using my sword beams, which is really bizarre. Luckily, I have a heart ring to help out with some of the damage. Alright, so yeah, these guys still do 1 heart of damage, which kinda isn't the best. But luckily for me, there's not that much more that I have to do. So this screen has one of the levels on it. We'll get back to that later. Moving right along. And there's another bomb expansion. And these ghosts would all be invisible right now if we did not have the heart ring. I mean, sorry. What is it? I'm sorry. The amulet. And another magic jar, so there's only 4 left of those, too. And again, that's one of the levels. We'll get to that later. So I'm not going to get any levels done in this part, but that's okay. It just happens to happen that way sometimes. And I know there's a level on this screen. This is one of those that you can get it from either side. And yes, there's a burnable bush here for another arrow upgrade. And we'll go down in a sec, because there's another item that way. More bombs. You can hold 60 bombs, I know 90 arrows, and I think 80 gems, if I'm doing my math correctly. Alright, so that's Fairy Fountain. You know what? I'll use it to get across. That's one of the levels, as I mentioned already. So we are at 44 bombs. Still don't have infinite bombs, but with 44 bombs, it's kind of like I do. I mean, I'm not going to run out anytime soon. There's another gem. So let's see. Fairy Fountain. So then there's just that screen down there. So there should just be this little bit left, and that's it. So just about done. With overworld expansions. If I did my math correctly, there's, I think, one left. One or two left. Because I know there's one on this screen. And I know there's one just above it. So there's 10 arrows left. So 2 arrow expansions left. So the main one is going to be bombs. That seems to be what I'm guessing. So this is probably going to be, yeah, one of the last arrow expansions. Yeah, because the rest is... And that's one of the good things about... Yeah, it's level 2-5. And oh, you know what? There's one more. I apologize. There's one right here. This should be it. And more bombs. So I think that should be all the items in the overworld. So let me just whistle back to start. And 23 out of 23. All right, so join me next time as we can then start barreling through levels. I'm Nitro6003, and I'll see you guys all next time.